What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Reva, the third sister. And so here we have Reva posed and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's run through her accessories. Reva does get two versions of her Inquisitor saber. We do get the double-bladed version, which does look really nice, and that does peg onto her belt. And then we do get the version where Vader splits it in half, and that looks really nice. Other than that, Reva doesn't come with any other accessories, so with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at the third sister. And so here we have a closer look at the third sister Inquisitor, also known as Reva. And I have to admit, Hasbro did a really good job with this figure. The likeness to the actress is very spot on. I really do like it. The hair is also very accurate, and I do love the fact that they did highlight the shaved parts of her head where you can see the cornrows are pulling up, which that's a very nice little detail, something that was very easy to miss, but they actually did include that. And then you can see all her dreads are done really nicely going to the back of her head. So the actress here does look very nice. It's a very good likeness to the actress. My only concern is that mine has this little smudge on the face, which is a little bit unfortunate. Now, you really don't see it from most angles, but yeah, it is quite noticeable, especially right here. It's right underneath her lip, so yeah, that's quite a bummer. I would have liked it if that wasn't there. But overall, really do like the head sculpt. Moving on to her costume, it's a very interesting costume. I'm not gonna lie, it did not look comfortable for the actress to be wearing. It looked like it was one of the worst costume designs in the history of Star Wars, where she really couldn't move around that well. I'm pretty sure that there were two versions, one where she was like stationary and then one that allowed for more mobility. Here on the action figure, it's quite obvious that the armor is not suited for movement. It's basically just to stand there and look intimidating. Now, I do like the details here on the armor. We do have some silver clips right there. We have the Imperial insignia right here on her right arm, and then nothing here on the left arm, and that's something that I notice on a lot of the Inquisitors. They only have one Imperial signal on them. Her breastplate right here is done in this really nice high gloss, where it's kind of odd that the rest of her armor isn't done in that same gloss. Maybe that's how it was. I don't remember it. I've only seen Kenobi all the way through once, so yeah, my memory is a little bit hazy on her actual costume, but I do remember it being very stiff looking. I do like the undersuit that they went with. It's like a leather that we see with certain characters wearing, and it's a very nice job. It's actually two-tone, where we have a smooth layer, and then we do have a layer that has wrinkles on it, so that's really nice. We do have her gauntlets, which also appear really good. You can see they do have a spike going up to the elbow, and I don't know which is the accurate way to do this, because her elbow or her forearm does rotate. Is the gauntlet supposed to be covering her elbow like that, or is it supposed to be covering the side? If you guys know, just let me know down in the comments, but I think it's supposed to be like this. I might be wrong and remembering it that it might be like that. I don't know, we'll leave one and one and see how it looks after the review. But moving on to the rest of her outfit, you can see that her belt still continues that armor motif all the way down to the plate back here, which, as you would expect, limits articulation, but it's not like Hasbro doesn't already limit articulation on their figures anyway. I do like the soft goods cape. It's a very nice soft light fabric, so it does hang down, and thankfully they didn't overdo it and just give her like a 2-mile long cape. This is just right, and you can see it does have the slit down the middle. Again, having a look at her costume, where we do have the two tones right here. We have the smoother leather going on the outside, and then the more ripple leather right here in the middle. And again, I really do like contrasting textures like that. That's really nice. Not a fan of the lines for the sake of lines, but it still looks good. And then we do have the accordion pattern at the knee, because when you deal with leather, this is probably the only way to really get the knee to move without just absolutely destroying the leather. It does look nice, and then we go on to her boots, which have this really nice worn leather look to them. You can see they actually do have some cuffs on them, so that's really cool. Then we go on to the bottom of her boots, where we can see almost like this really nice heel that she has, and then just the texturing on it is done very nicely. So overall, Hasbro did a really good job on Reva. And one thing I did notice, they made this figure really curvy. I mean, just look at the size of her hips. I don't remember the actress being this curvy. I don't think she is. It's probably just the action figure, but yeah, they made her hips exceptionally wide. I don't know why, but they just did. But anyway, that's Reva for you guys. So what we're going to do now is get her compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Reva posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Reva posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Reva posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And for one final comparison, here we do have Reva posed next to the Kenobi Series Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's have a look at Reva's articulation. Now, the figure does have a double ball joint here in the head, so her head does look up to about right there. She can't really look down on that double ball joint, unfortunately, but she does get some really good head tilt, which is really nice, and then that does turn left and right. She has a second ball joint here in the neck, so you can see she looks up even better, and that does allow her to look down, but not by much, unfortunately. She's mainly going to be looking up a lot. Now, I don't know if she has a butterfly joint or not. I don't believe she does. It feels like it's just a regular pin and socket joint, and it has to sandwich the shoulder pads right here. But yeah, the shoulder pads right here are separate pieces that are sandwiched in between her arms and her torso. But that does allow her arms to go up to about right here. You're going to have to force it past the armor, and even as you do that, you can see it's going off at an angle, so do be aware of that. Going out to the side, she goes out to about right there, and I am noticing that it does move the armor. She does have a butterfly joint, look at that. I just had to move the armor out of the way, but yeah, she does have a butterfly joint, so in case you guys are wondering, yes, butterfly joints are included. She does swivel here at the elbow, as well as has a hinge which goes up really far. I do like that. Despite being a single bend, it has this really nice articulation point to it. She does rotate here at the gauntlet. Then we do have rotation at her wrist, as well as vertical hinges to hold her lightsaber. She does have a ball joint here at the torso, which does pivot side to side, back and forward. Doesn't go forward all too well, but that's the MO for Star Wars figures. Rotates just fine. Legs do kick forward to about right there, and they do have a click on them. I don't know why that is. Going out to the side, only to about right there, and again, they don't go back at all. Swivel here at the top of the thigh. Then we only get a single bend at the knee. We do get a rotation at the knee though, so that is pretty good. No rotation at her boot, I don't think so. No, most of the rotation is done at the knee. Then she does have a single hinge here at the ankle, going back and forward. And then finally, we have forward-facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, Reva has some pretty good articulation. Not the best, but it does function for a Star Wars character. So with that out of the way, let's actually get her posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the third sister Inquisitor Reva posed for my final thoughts, and overall I really do like the way this figure came out. Say what you will about the character, I really didn't like Reva in the TV show. That's not because the actress did a bad job, it's because the writing for her character was too inconsistent to be a good character. If they had stuck with one side of the character and worked on that, that probably would have been better. But overall, I didn't care much for Reva because her story was all over the place. But the action figure here is done very well. I do like it. I like the fact that she does get her Inquisitor saber with the two blades, and then we do get that iconic scene where Vader breaks it in half and they have their duel. Overall, Reva here is an exceptional Star Wars Black Series figure, and I really do like it. The likeness to the actress is very good, and the detailing on her is also exceptionally well. Like I said, I don't care much for the character because of how terrible the writing is, and if they had actually planned this character out properly, I'm pretty pretty sure they could have given her a much better backstory and done more with her character. But overall, this figure, I really do give it a passing grade. If you are looking for Reva, at the time I'm making this video, she is available at stores as well as the rest of the Kenobi series. So if you are looking for these figures, definitely check out your local Walmarts, Targets, Walgreens, and anywhere else you pick up your figures. I did get mine off Amazon, where she did run me about $22, which was pretty fair. I think that she's not really worth $22, but then again, I don't think any Hasbro figure is worth $22. I think $20 it should be the price point for them. But overall, still liking the way the figure looks, and if you're a fan of the character or just like a really interesting Inquisitor to go with your Empire, this is a really nice figure to add to your collection. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other Star Wars Black Series videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified anytime I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.